Wait, Kirk Frost just said what about Mendeecees and Erica Mena? Nah, this can't be real. But baby, it's all over the internet now, and the streets of love and hip-hop are on fire. According to Kirk himself, Mendeecees didn't just cross a line, he bulldozed right through it. He's now being accused of forcing Erica Mena to spend the night in what's being called one of the most explosive, disrespectful, and downright shocking scandals the franchise has ever seen. We're talking betrayal. We're talking power, moves. And we're talking about a woman who just went from Safari's chaos to something way more sinister. Is this real? Is it scripted? Or is Kirk finally exposing the truth these producers have been trying to bury for years? And why hasn't Yandy said a word? What's going on behind the scenes that has everyone either hiding or breaking down? One thing's for sure, this isn't just a rumor. It's a straight-up reality TV nuclear bomb. Buckle up, because what we're about to uncover might just blow the lid off the entire love and hip-hop empire. Let's get one thing straight. This ain't just drama. This is betrayal, served with a side of scandal. Kirk Frost has officially taken his beef with Mendeecees Harris from petty to federal court energy. And who's caught dead center in this nuclear mess? None other than the always controversial Erica Mena. Yes, you heard that right. According to Kirk, on record, on camera, and loud AF on social media, Mendeecees pressured or forced Erica Mena to stay the night with him after what was supposed to be a casual business dinner. But apparently that business came with no exit plan. And let's be real, Erica Mena's name alone could set fire to a peaceful room. Pair her with Mendeecees, who's barely walked 2 feet away from past allegations and reality TV, blow-ups. And suddenly this isn't just a scandal. It's a full-blown love and hip-hop civil war. But here's where it gets messy. Erica hasn't denied it. Mendeecees hasn't addressed it. And Kirk? Kirk is out here playing street reporter, private investigator, and whistleblower all at once. How did it start? A live stream. Nothing fancy. Just Kirk in a hoodie, sitting in a dimly lit studio, looking like he hadn't slept in days. And then he snapped. "I kept my mouth shut for too long," Kirk said. But what he did, that was low. That was foul. Erica ain't deserve that. No woman does. Viewers thought he was venting about business. Maybe Rashida. Maybe something with VH1. But then, he dropped the bomb. Mendeecees told her she couldn't leave, told her to relax. Stay a little longer. Next thing you know, sun's coming up, and she ain't been home. Boom, the internet imploded. Hashtags like Erica got, Mendeecees mess, and Kirk exposes started trending within hours. And guess who was dead silent? Mendeecees. Not a tweet, not a post, not even a half-assed emoji. Nothing. Which only made the situation look worse. Meanwhile, Erica, who usually can't go 48 hours without clapping back on IG, suddenly switched to cryptic mode. One post, a black screen, white text. It read, "Sometimes silence is safer than the truth." Oh, so now we're playing thriller movie? Fans immediately went into detective mode. Did she admit it? Was she threatened? Is this why Safari dipped last month? Every theory was worse than the last, and no one could find answers. But behind the scenes, things were spiraling fast. According to a production assistant, who spoke anonymously, of course, the cast was already on edge before this blew up. Kirk and Mendeecees had beef brewing all season. But when Erica's name got involved, everything cracked. Another source, allegedly, a hairstylist on set, claimed Erica was shaking during a recent shoot, refusing to go on camera with Mendeecees. She said, "Dom, don't put me near him. I'm not doing that fake scene." Then she locked herself in the dressing room. Producers tried to keep it low. Too late. Word spread. Paparazzi were posted outside the studio by the next morning. Now, you'd think Rashida, Kirk's wife and longtime love and hip-hop queen, would tell him to chill, right? Wrong. In fact, when asked on Instagram Live whether she thought Kirk was being dramatic, Rashida responded, "He said what he said. I ain't stopping a man from protecting what's right." So now it's official. Team Kirk is in full attack mode. And Erica? She's stuck in the middle of a scandal that might just bury her again. Now here's where things hit a boiling point. Because Yandy Smith, Mendeecees' wife, reality TV vet and unbothered queen, hasn't spoken either. But her silence? Different. Dangerous. Sources close to the couple say she is not okay. A text message from Yandy to a friend read, "If this is true, I don't know what I'm going to do." Another source said Yandy was in tears backstage before taping a reunion segment but refused to leave the show because she won't let Erica win. Now, it's not just about Mendeecees and Kirk. It's a battlefield between Yandy and Erica too. And the producers? Oh, they're loving it. And panicking at the same time. The moment Erica's name hit the streets, the producers knew they had lost control. And by the next day, what was supposed to be a hush-hush mess turned into a full-blown social media riot. The floodgates opened. Fake receipts, alleged text messages, leaked DMs, even a blurry screenshot from what fans claim is a private security cam showing Erica entering a hotel suite with someone who looks a lot like Mendeecees from the back. Let's pause. This is the internet. From the back could be anyone's cousin in a Yankees cap. But facts? Who needs those when you've got 3 million retweets and a comment section that reads like courtroom testimony? The post went viral in under 2 hours. Memes exploded. One clip showed Kirk yelling into his phone on Love and Hip Hop, captioned, "When you know your boy just crossed the line." Another, a zoom in on Erica's silent Instagram post with the caption, "When you realize love triangles come with receipts now." While VH1 tried desperately to issue a no-comment statement, the cast was already on fire. Scrappy allegedly confronted Mendeecees on set, not because he cared, but because he wanted to know if it was true that Erica was staying in the same hotel room he was at last month during the El Hill taping. He was asking for a friend, of course. Kirk, meanwhile, refused to shoot scenes unless the producers stopped covering for Mendeecees. "I'm not about to sit next to a man who lies to his wife's face and makes Erica look like a fool," Kirk reportedly said during a tense behind-the-scenes standoff. And guess what? One insider added. Some producers agreed with him. A source inside the editing room says there's now a split in production, between those who want to bury the scandal quietly and those who want to air the whole damn thing for ratings. One of them was overheard saying, "We already lost control, might as well turn it into the season finale." Meanwhile, fans were doing their own investigating, and it was wild. One TikTok user made a whole 3-part conspiracy breakdown, zooming into Erica's earrings from the hotel pic and matching them to what she wore in a behind-the-scenes photo 2 days earlier. Another fan posted a breakdown of Mendeecees' travel schedule, trying to prove he was in the same city as Erica on the night in question. And someone actually sent an Uber Eats receipt that allegedly shows a late-night sushi order delivered to that same suite. Because if there's one thing a scandal can't survive, it's raw fish evidence. While fans were going full CSI, Love and Hip Hop, the silence from the main players only made things worse. Erica's mom, yes, her mother, was caught on a live stream telling a friend, "My daughter's being dragged and nobody's protecting her." Yandy posted a story with a single word, "Wow." That's it. No context, just pure shade. Then Mendeecees finally broke his silence. In a 28-second video, he said, "Look man, there's 2 sides to every story, but people only hear the one that screams louder." Boss, that only made it worse. Fans weren't here for subtlety. They wanted rage, receipts, or redemption. But this little poetic riddle? Nah. It read like a guilty man trying to sound deep in a Hallmark card. So now, the battle lines were drawn. Team Erica, demanding justice, dragging Mendeecees, and flooding Twitter with posts like, "She deserves better," and "Silence is guilt." Team Yandy, defending her man, calling the whole thing a desperate move by Kirk to stay relevant. Team Kirk, reposting everything, commenting and low-key loving the attention. And then came the nail in the coffin, a new leak. This time, it wasn't a screenshot. It was a voice memo, allegedly of Mendeecees talking to someone at the after-party, laughing and saying, "I mean, she didn't leave, right? So what that tell you?" The clip was grainy. The voice wasn't confirmed. But the damage? Done. Now, people weren't just discussing the scandal. They were organizing Twitter spaces, live podcasts, TikTok panels. One influencer did a full 1-hour live stream titled, "How Love and Hip Hop Just Became a Criminal Investigation." Over 120,000 views in 12 hours. The real kicker, Mona Scott-Young, the franchise puppet master, has been suspiciously quiet. But rumors are swirling that she's preparing a shock trailer that teases the scandal without showing too much. Just enough to spike interest and dominate the internet before the next reunion episode drops. But behind the camera, it's anything but fun. Cast members are choosing sides. Erica reportedly threatened to leave the show entirely unless VH1 stops gaslighting her trauma. Yandy, on the other hand, told a friend that if this becomes a storyline, she'll lawyer up and shut it all down. So now you've got Kirk dragging people through the mud with memes and quotes like, "Real men speak up for real women." Mendeecees doing riddle videos. Erica crying in her trailer and posting vague broken heart emojis. And a reality TV empire literally bursting at the seams. All because of one night, one accusation, and one man refusing to stay silent. But boss, the fire ain't out yet. Because just when people thought it couldn't get worse, something else leaked. And what leaked? That's what we'll get into next. Just when fans thought they had seen the worst, the internet pulled out its favorite weapon, a new leak. This time it wasn't grainy footage or a vague quote. It was a full voice recording, supposedly captured in a production trailer, featuring a woman crying. And the voice? It sounded like Erica Mena. "You said I was safe, and then you locked the door." That's all it took. 12 words. No video. No names. Just a shaky, muffled voice and a haunting accusation. But those 12 words were enough to blow this scandal wide open again. And this time, it got real. Because now, this wasn't just love and hip-hop drama. This was a potential legal case. Suddenly, tweets turned into think pieces, comment sections turned into courtrooms, and hashtags, unlocked, started dropping cryptic posts about civil liability and possible investigations. Inside the El Hill Circle, it was complete meltdown mode. Erica reportedly refused to show up to her next scheduled taping. Kirk threatened to bring receipts to TMZ if the network tried to silence him. Mendeecees? Still silent. But word on the street is that he's hired an attorney. Not a Love and Hip Hop reunion attorney, but a real one, with press statements, with a crisis management team, with NDAs being sent left and right. Because if that voice in the leaked audio is Erica, and if that quote is real, this could turn into something way more serious than trending hashtags. One insider close to production spilled to a blogger. There's already talk about possible lawsuits. VH1 is in damage control. Erica's reps are asking for original footage from that night. The network is scared. They don't know who recorded it or how it got out. And now, even the cast members who were staying neutral are starting to panic. Safari, yes, the same man Erica divorced and dragged on national TV, is reportedly in contact with her again. Sources claim he sent her a message that said, "I'm sorry, I had no idea it was that bad." Yandy Smith, no longer posting cryptic stories. She's been seen outside a lawyer's office in Manhattan. Paparazzi caught her wearing sunglasses and ignoring questions. But one insider says she's mentally unraveling. She's stuck in a storm she didn't ask for. But if the allegations are true, she's also stuck defending someone the world now sees as a predator. And Kirk? Oh, he's just getting started. He's now been invited on 3 different YouTube gossip panels. In one of them, he dropped this: "People calling me messy. But let's be clear, I saw what happened. I heard what happened. And if the truth hurts your image, maybe your image was fake from the start." Mic drop. While the rest of the cast hides behind filters and pre-written statements, Kirk has turned into the self-declared voice of justice. He's been reposting fan theories, liking Erica support posts, and calling out everyone, from producers to cast members to fans, who want to pretend this ain't happening. But the damage is spreading fast. 2 former cast members, one male, one female, have now come forward anonymously, saying they felt uncomfortable around Mendeecees in the past. No names, no details, just enough to stir more suspicion. Now, the question isn't just, did it happen with Erica? It's, how many times has this happened? Mona Scott-Young? Still not a word. Which makes people wonder, Is this the scandal that finally breaks the love and hip-hop empire? Or will it become just another twisted storyline, edited, softened, and aired like nothing ever happened? Fans are divided. Some are calling for boycotts, saying VH1 has enabled abuse for the sake of drama. Others are saying, let the show run. We deserve the truth. And a new rumor? A private investigator has been hired by Erica's camp to dig up footage, messages, and even production call sheets from the night in question. Apparently, they're trying to track who was in the building, who saw what, who left, when who stayed late, and who erased what, because if even one producer knew what happened and tried to cover it up, that's not just messy, that's criminal. Meanwhile, the emotional toll is becoming too big to ignore. One post showed Erica in a hoodie, no makeup, leaving a late-night therapy session. Another had Kirk walking alone in a parking lot captioned,